Hello, welcome to my channel where we talk about history and current events from an international perspective. My name is John Hemphill. Today we're going to be talking about the Lenape Nation. The Lenape Nation lived in what was eastern Pennsylvania, Delaware, and some parts of lower New York and New Jersey. Generally speaking, this nation is the first culture that existed in Philadelphia and the surrounding area, and their impact on Philadelphia history as well as the rest of the world, in fact, would be significant. America would not be what it is today without the Lenape people. What's now Philadelphia was occupied by several towns that were Lenape towns, like King Sesson, what's now Fishtown, and Waikato, which is often called Queen Village. These towns are also where trade was conducted, and there was a road network that connected many of these towns. To this day, we still use the road network. Avenues like Passyunk Avenue, Moyamensing Avenue, Bustleton Avenue, parts of Lancaster Avenue, Frankfort Avenue, Waikato Avenue, parts of Baltimore Avenue were all Lenape roads. And eventually, when the Europeans came, what they did was they simply took the roads, chopped down trees, and widened them so that their carriages could use the same road network to trade. So when you're driving in Philadelphia, 9 times out of 10 you're using a road network that's about 1,000 years old. When it comes to the Lenape people, oftentimes what would happen is that people married at relatively young ages because people didn't live as long as they do now. You didn't have Social Security, and you didn't have the medical industry that we share today. Oftentimes women married as young as 14 and men married as young as 17. Oftentimes the men would take their young boys and teach them how to either farm or hunt for survival. Women would take their young girls and teach them how to pick berries, pick beans, and pick corn. These social skills were teaching how to survive. If you had a village full of women, then it didn't take much for a group of men to take over the village. However, men and women doing the jobs that they were taught to do from an early age is how the Lenape survived. The Lenape eventually would trade with the Dutch, who came to Philadelphia in 1623. The Swedes would eventually come a bit later in 1638, coming up from what is now Wilmington, Delaware, and settling in the village of what's now Waikato. Waikato is called Queen Village because the Swedes, when they moved there, named it after their queen, Queen Christina. So as far back as the 1630s, Philadelphia has been a multicultural site that people have enjoyed and traded. In future episodes, we will talk about multicultural events that shaped Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the United States, and the nation at large. I hope you join me. Thank you. It'll be fun. Until then, good day, and bye-bye.